We're set up on the tripod. Hey guys, Jasper here. Welcome to my channel. Wow. We, first of all, are in a very, very, very windy location. We're at the end of the Dufferin Highlands section, at the beginning of the Blue Mountain section of the Bruce Trail. And today is Friday. It is April the 30th. There's some snow in the air. We're supposed to get snow tonight. Ooh. It's 5 p.m, 4:30, 5 p.m-ish, at the end of a work day, the beginning of an end-to-end hike of the Blue Mountain section of the Bruce Trail. Wow. But it's cold and it's windy. No doubt about that. Okay, let's get going on trail here. Hopefully, there's not as much wind noise through here. Still very windy, but we're sheltered within the forest a little bit. So as I was saying, this evening we're starting an end-to-end hike of the Blue Mountain section. It's around, I think, give or take about 65 or so kilometers. And again, this being Friday evening, 5 p.m, I will be finishing this hike, all things being well and normal, sometime Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening early. So that's the plan. Yeah. So as I said, Jasper here. Welcome to my channel. And you know what? Yeah, it's going to be cold. As I said, it's windy. -2, -3 for a low. Possibly wet snow. Wind chill factor much colder tonight. So we'll try to find something a little sheltered if possible for our camp because of the high winds, which are, by the way, forecast to back up quite a bit throughout the evening, throughout the night. But we still have to be a little careful where we pick to camp. Tree limbs can be deadly in a blowdown situation in high winds. So we have to be a little bit careful. Speaking of blowdowns, a tree right there, blown down in the wind. So take a look at the trail. Muddy, we know it's going to be muddy. This last week we've had quite a bit of rain, some of it pretty heavy, some intense rains, and as normal, the Bruce Trail through April, May, and probably the better part of June is a muddy trail anyhow. Now, up here, okay, up here, or just here, there is a sign, and I believe, yeah, that sign is telling me that the river bridge right there is unpassable and closed for repair. They have no other proposed route around that particular bridge. Therefore, we may have to fjord the river. And again, because of the time of year and all the rain we've had, that's going to be moving rapidly, quite deep and cold. So we're going to have to look at this situation really, really, really carefully and see what we are going to do. We've only started this hike 30 minutes ago, so we don't want to get into a big pickle right at the beginning. There's another tree downed in the wind right here. So again, we have to take that into consideration when we pick our camp this evening. Anyhow, okay, let's keep going and let's see what this bridge over the noisy river looks like. See what the situation is once we get there, and then we'll judge ourselves accordingly and deal with whatever it is we have to deal with at the time. Okay, let's keep going. But right on, 5 kilometers into the hike so far. Beautiful lake. I remember this well. There's a bench behind us for sitting and just kind of enjoying the view on a nice summer's day, maybe. That would be beautiful. Yeah. And there's a path down. Let's just take it for a moment and see. There's a path down to the lake, and you know what? If this was another 5 kilometers down trail, this would be my camp spot for the night, but it's not. Beautiful wet camp spot though, right here. Yeah, this would be nice. Set up a tent right down here. That would be fine. Look at that. Wow. Is this beautiful? Or is this beautiful? Well, what does concern me is that bridge that's out. We haven't arrived there yet. It's very troublesome, or concerning if you will, because I really would like to be able to progress along this trail to complete the Blue Mountain section end to end. And of course, if it wasn't passable, then we wouldn't be able to do that. So that is a concern. So I'm pushing on. Really want to get that river crossing completed. That would make me feel better. Nice blazes on the trail. Looks like they're all new for 2021. Again, kudos to the Bruce Trail Conservatory and their most amazing volunteers for putting the effort and the work into what's required to make the Bruce Trail such a beautiful and interesting and navigationable trail to follow, because without those guys it wouldn't be possible. So yeah, kudos to those guys. Okay, we'll keep moving on. Right here is the river of concern, the bridge. And yes, it is posted that the bridge is indeed closed. Do not proceed. We did come from that direction and we have crossed this bridge. However, it would have been fine too just to fjord the river. So having said that, and having accomplished that crossing, because that was a crossing of concern to me, insofar as insofar as would I be able to proceed with this end-to-end hike. But anyhow, it is at 5.93 kilometers, actually, sorry, 6.10 kilometers into the Blue Mountain section. At the southern end is the bridge closure over, I believe, what is the Noisy River, but I could be mistaken there. Okay, a little bit of a climb here as we proceed north. So feeling better that we did cross that first of what promises to be several kind of challenges and obstacles over the next couple of days as we head north. Okay, let's keep going, guys. We're doing okay. Dunedin Ravine Nature Reserve, part of the Bruce Trails Conservation Corridor. Well, Interesting. You are here. Yes, we are. Some ruins, remnants, time gone by, a plaque. Audrey Wilson. She lived with a passion, walked with a purpose, and forgave with a smile. Wow. Now those are words to live by, are they not? Beautiful little area here. Right this minute, the wind has calmed down, but just moments ago, it was blustering, blowing, gusting, blustery, 60, 70 kilometer an hour gusts. But right here, we seem to be, maybe we're sheltered, I don't know. But the winds, just for a moment or two anyhow, seem to have dropped off a little bit. The weatherman did say throughout the evening and then overnight hours, the winds would back down, which is good. And right through here would be some beautiful camp spots right now too. A little bit sheltered with some of these kind of bush type growth and trees. Even though there's no leaves on them, you still got a little bit of shelter, and yet no major limbs to kind of break off and fall on you in the night, and you wake up dead. So this is actually a great little spot through here right now. However, right now I'm a little over 8.5 kilometers into this particular hike this evening. The time is 6:20, and you know what, I'd just like to keep going a little bit further. I hope turning my nose up at these absolutely beautiful campsite areas doesn't come back to bite me in the butt, because the sun is going down. It is gray, which means it will get dark quickly when the sun does kind of hit the horizon line. Anyhow, we'll see what happens. Let's just keep going. Here comes that wind again a bit. Let's keep going and see how far we can get this evening, and that would just make the Saturday and the Sunday that much easier. I felt I'd like to start this evening, or as I say, 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish, because the miles I do today obviously come off the 65 to 70 kilometers of this particular section of trail. And I felt that just for a Saturday and Sunday, maybe it was just a little bit too much of a distance under the muddy and rainy and almost wintry kind of conditions. So that's why I elected to start tonight and bang out hopefully 10 kilometers anyhow. It'll make the Saturday and Sunday that much easier. Okay, doing just fine, everything is good. And yeah, there's blazes ahead. This section of trail, by the way, so far, this first 8 kilometers or so, has been exceptionally well blazed. And just, you know, that Blue Mountain section club, good for you guys. This is my home section, by the way, the Blue Mountain section. I do live in Wasaga Beach, Ontario, so the Blue Mountain section is my home section. Okay, enough babbling. Yeah, right in here, great little camp spots. Good little camp spots over here, sheltered a little bit. But anyhow, let's go. At 12 kilometers in, this is my camp for the night. Just fine, nice little quiet spot, nestled between some trees. There's a little dirt road there, it's very quiet. I've seen 2 pickup trucks go by in the last maybe hour or so, and I think as the evening progresses, nobody else, not many people will go down there, if anybody. I think I'm very quiet here. So yeah, the first kind of, well, I guess we call this day one, even though we started at like 4:30 in the afternoon. I guess it is day one. So yeah, day one comes to an end. It comes to an end with 12 kilometers in, which is just fine. It sets us up really well for our next 2 days, especially tomorrow. The more we do tomorrow, the earlier we'd actually finish on Sunday, which is fine too. It's not a rush. I just want to make sure I do get finished on Sunday. Again, we're doing the Blue Mountain section end to end on the Bruce Trail. It's somewhere around, I think I'm going to say 65, somewhere between 65 and 70 kilometers, I believe. I'm using the 29th edition map, and there is a 30th edition map now, and so I'm just not 100% sure on the accuracy of what I'm using, but that's fine. Everything's good. As I say, it's my home section, so a lot of this section I know anyhow, especially as I get further north. So yeah, camp is all set. I'm going to make myself some dinner and get myself all comfied in there. I checked my telephone and my phone is working fine. This property, by the way, is M&R. There's a sign just down the way, and it's M&R foresting project underway. So you know what, I don't think here comes a pickup truck now. I bet you it's a pickup truck, but I don't know what it is. I say that only because the last two vehicles have been pickup trucks. Oh no, that's a box truck of some kind. Okay, so yeah, it's M&R property, I believe. Wow, here comes another one, which happens to be a pickup truck. Rush hour. It's as busy as it's been now for the last hour, hour and a half. We did have to do a little bit of cleanup in here just to get the nice little spot. But you know what? They're cleaning this up anyhow, so that's just fine. Hey. Jasper here. Thank you for watching day one. I will talk to you guys probably in the morning. I'm going to make supper. I'm going to have... You know what? I've got a... I think it's called Wise Menu or something like that. Oh my goodness, I should know these things. Anyhow, I believe it's like a noodles with beef, a dehydrated meal, a backpacking camping kind of meal, dehydrated. I think it's a noodles with beef. I think I'm going to have that with a cup of coffee maybe, and you know what? That'll be fine. For tomorrow morning, we have granola, we have oatmeal. We're good to go. We're carrying 3 days of food. Tomorrow I'll talk to you about pack weight and so on as we get going down the trail, and what I elected to do this time. I am carrying 2.5 liters of water, although you know what, every half a mile there's a water source, especially this time of year in this section. But anyhow, okay, I'll talk to you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everybody. Well, day two. Ooh, frost. Well, the ground is frozen, frost on everything. My phone tells me the temperature is -2, and feels like -6 degrees Celsius. Definitely frozen. Everything's like the ground, the mud is hard and so on. My night was okay. A little chilly at times, but you know what? I still had more layers to put on if I needed, and I was fine. So I'm happy about that. Hey, good morning, everybody. Jasper here. You know what? It's a beautiful morning. The sun came out. In fact, take a look as the sun is poking through the trees along the trail ahead of me. It's a beautiful, beautiful... well, May the 1st today. Welcome to May the 1st, everybody. Yeah. So it's a beautiful May morning. Early May. Now, we haven't had breakfast or anything yet. I just packed up from the camp. I woke up at 6, laid there for 5-10 minutes, and then packed up, left camp. We're going to filter water, but not right here, only because we just don't need to exactly yet. But we are going to be filtering water. Lots of water on this section, as I mentioned yesterday, on the Blue Mountain section. Lots of water, especially this time of year. And especially with all the rain we'd had last week. And speaking of rain, more rain coming today. So between now and when the rain is supposed to come, sometime this afternoon, later afternoon I believe, weatherman says around 4 o'clock, it's sunshine. So let's enjoy the sunshine while we can. I believe it's a warm front coming through. Let's bring in the rain. The temperatures this evening and overnight are forecast to rise So I believe it's a warm front coming through, and when the rain comes, I think it's going to be a steady rain that sets in. Just because it being a warm front, it's forecast for evening, overnight, and all day tomorrow. But right now, and for, well, until sometime later this afternoon, sunshine, and we'll take that. In a while, we're going to find a nice spot in the sun where we'll be able to stop and have breakfast. But for now, we're just gonna eat a bar, a granola bar, and we're gonna keep going. Beautiful farmland, farm home. Wow, what an absolutely beautiful morning. Farm fields, meadows, look at the view, beautiful. Wow guys, nowhere else I'd rather be right now, just perfect. Trans-Carioca Trail, Bruce Trail, Friendship Trail. Well, we'll remember the Trans-Carioca Friendship Trail from our through hikes of the Bruce Trail as we've passed through this section, both northbound and southbound. Which, by the way, is possible that a Bruce Trail through hike will happen again this year for 2021 if I'm not allowed, or if it doesn't seem feasible to go to Denver to do the Colorado Trail. But before all that, we have the Oak Ridges to do, and we'll be doing that at the end of next month. We'll be attempting the Oak Ridges through hike, somewhere around 250 to 300 kilometers, I believe. But anyhow, so yeah, we are on a friendship trail. Awesome. You love those. Right in here, just 50 yards off the trail, little piece of history. Old farm rig of some kind, a trailer. I love history. Interesting. Totally interesting. Got the light on the right side of it. Old trailer. It's got the old fire snow tires on it. Wow. Right on the corner, the edge, beautiful farm field. Yeah. Wow. That is so interesting. Okay, just wanted to take a moment and just kind of show you that because it was just so interesting to see. Again, just a little piece of history. Okay, back on the trail we go. Blue Mountains Bruce Trail Club, 1962-2012, in honor of all who have contributed to this trail and those who continue to do so. Hey, what an absolutely perfect location right here for our breakfast this morning of oatmeal and coffee and maybe some cheese and crackers. The morning progresses very well. Oh, my water's boiling already. This stove is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's actually the pot. Uh-oh, I just spilled my stuff all over the place. You know what? I'm just going to have to put you guys down for a minute because I just spilled all my oatmeal. Although I have a lot more. Stand by. Okay, so as I was saying, before I spilt my oatmeal all over the place. I did collect it up and I have got it in here, and it is soaking in the hot water and it's fine. The water's on for my coffee and that'll be fine too. Everything's good, lots of food, no problems. I'm just clumsy this morning. I'm a guy, I can only do one thing at once. And I don't usually do that very well, as you see. Anyhow, what a perfect spot. Absolutely gorgeous little spot for my breakfast. Oh yeah. And you know, just for a point of interest, there's some excellent camping just down the trail from here too. Just thought I'd mention that. Nottawasaga Bluffs Conservation Area. You are here. We were here, but now we're here. Bruce Trail continues that way. Ian Lang Memorial Trail, 2006, a friend to conservation. Lots of cars at the trailhead. I did see a couple of people on the trail, so I'm guessing they all headed north from here. Or maybe the side trails. Over here, there's quite a well-known local family whom have a side trail of their own. Hamilton Brothers, established in 1874. They have their own side trail, named in honor of the Hamilton family of Glen, who have allowed the Bruce Trail on their land since the 1970s. I know that family. I know that family very well. The Hamilton Brothers. They own a lumberyard, feed and grain for livestock, and kind of an upstanding family and a good family to do business with. Hamilton Brothers of Glen, their own side trail. Okay, this rock here is going to be home for about 10 minutes and I'm going to have a break right there. So right now, we're 13.25 kilometers into the day, and that's giving us around, 25.25 kilometers into the Blue Mountain section, since we started yesterday around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, early evening. And I did mention we talk a little bit about pack and pack weight on this particular hike. So, first of all, cold night last night. Beautiful day right now. As I say, rain's coming, but right now it's just gorgeous. The sun's got some power to it. It's beautiful. Anyhow, having said all those things, so in preparation for an evening below freezing, a 2-night, 2.5, let's just call it a 3-day hike, 2-night, 3-day hike. I packed out, when I started, 2.5 liters of water. Though in all truthfulness, it's not necessary in the Blue Mountain section. There's lots of water, but still meant I just didn't have to filter any at that point. I do have to filter water now at my next water source. And I also packed, about 3 days of food. So 3 days of food, 2.5 liters of water, cold weather, camping, not winter, but cold weather, -2, -3, nighttime lows, this kind of thing. My pack weight came in at about 27 pounds, which is like excellent. If you remember from, or if you watch some of my other videos, and you remember from last year, we talked a lot about reducing pack weight, getting away from that 40-pound pack weight. And my goal was 5 days of food, 2.5 liters of water, 30 pounds. That's my goal. So as you can see, we're pretty damn close. That's with vlogging camera, battery banks, and so on, charging cables, this kind of stuff. That's pretty much everything that I need for any kind of, almost any through hike, long distance hike. The only thing I would do is probably up the food a little bit to 4 or 5 days, depending on the resupplies of the particular trail. So yeah, 27 pounds, delighted with that. So there's the pack weight for this particular hike. And as I say, £27. I am happy with that. Especially when you match that with an Osprey Exos 58 litre pack. Great pack, carries the weight very well, especially in that kind of weight category between the 20 to 40 pound range. It just feels so nice. It's almost like an air ride backpack almost. So yeah, works well. Okay, the trail as we see it now. We are in the Nottawasaga Bluffs area right now. And we're heading north. Today, so far, we have about 950 feet of elevation gain so far. Yesterday in the evening, for that shorter period of time, we had about 1150 feet. So far around, say, 2100 feet of elevation gain so far into the hike overall. So that's okay. Now, just for a point of interest, and for those that may be interested, right here on the Bruce Trail, you pass by, we've talked about this before, the western terminus of the Ganaraska hiking trail at Devil's Glen to Port Hope. Last year, myself and my hiking partner Andre, we did that trail, as you know, from Port Hope to Glen. We are now entering into the Devil's Glen Country Club. It's a private club, private ski club. Of course, there's no skiing now. There was some this winter. Maybe they got half of a season. I don't know. Oh, here's a day hiker with a couple of doggies on the trail. Well, okay. Well, look at these guys. How you doing? Good day. Yeah, nice to see people on the trail, especially out walking their dogs. Okay, so yeah, we're on the Devil's Glen Ski Club property. Down here a ways, kind of at the bottom of the ski hills, there's a river, so that's going to be our water source. But unfortunately, after that, we do start a major climb up the other side of the escarpment, which actually brings us to then the highway 124. Anyhow, we doing just fine. Still nice out. However, the sky starting to cover with grey as the approaching, I'm guessing, warm front and rain gets closer and closer. But so far, well, right now the time is 11:45. We're 16.03 kilometers in for the day, and the rain isn't here yet. Okay, let's go. We have just finished a coffee break, a bagel with chicken salad and crackers. That was lunch today. It's around 1:30. We're 21 kilometers in for the day. I've just filtered 2 liters of water, oddly enough, and I don't get why. Brand new Catadine Bee-Free filter. I used it a couple of weeks ago on an overnight camp when we did the Metcalf Rock video. I haven't used it since, and I could barely get it to flow. That was a concern. It took me like 20 minutes to filter 2.5 liters of water, which with a Catadine Bee-Free, it should be just a couple of minutes. Anyhow, so yeah, that's a concern for sure. But still, we do have 2.5 liters of water. We've had lunch. Beautiful little river at the side of me. Devil's Glen Ski Club. I guess this is their maintenance building, and there's some chair lifts and so on. We go around this bend on the trail through their parking lot, I believe, or alongside their parking lot, and then back into the forest, over the bridge back into the forest at the other side of the river. Then we're going to start a very kind of a challenging climb, which is going to take us up to Highway 124 at the top of the escarpment. So yeah, and from there we cross the highway and back into the forests we go. Highway 91, Dunedin to the east. The trail that I just came from, crossing the road. We are at what used to be, well, I guess it really still is, part of the main trail. But as you know, the trail has changed. What used to be the main trail is now a side trail. But Frank's lime kiln was the main trail. Or you went past that on the main trail with a very short side trail to the actual kiln. But now, because we no longer go on the road, that has become a side trail, Blue Blaze side trail. If you're using map 29, it'll still show the road. And if you follow that, you know what? Fine. If you're using map 30, it will show you going past the quarry like we did. And you know what? That's fine too. Either way, you're going to end up right here, right where we are now. This little spot right here, last year, there was a tent sat right there. That was Tyler's tent. Right over here, there was another tent sat right in there. That was my tent. That was my tent. So last year, when Tyler was on his northbound through hike of the Bruce Trail, and I was on the southbound leg of my Bruce Trail yo-yo, we actually met right here. Rainy, 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 cold night. But we spent the night, camped right there, chit-chatted, swapped some ideas. I learned a lot. I picked up this idea right here of Tyler that night, if you can see that on my water bottle, of just these little straps to fasten it. Reduces a lot of weight. You don't actually need a pouch for your water. And I noticed that on Tyler's rig, and I thought, you know what, I like that. And I had to ask Tyler at the time, by the way, I said, further south on your hike, you posted on Facebook a picture, a photograph, and you were sat on the side of the road with a, or the side of the trail, I guess, with a, like a little fold-up picnic table he had, and all kinds of really nice food on there. And I said to myself, Tyler, what are you doing? You're like having a picnic on a through hike? Well, he told me, an absolutely charming Polish lady, Renata, I believe her name was, beautiful young lady. She had met up with Tyler at that location and provided him with a really nice trailside picnic lunch. And he told me all about it. I was lucky enough to actually meet Renata further north, I think maybe in the Peninsula section or the Sydenham section. I think somewhere around Wyton. I think it was in the Peninsula section. I think it was past Wyton. But anyhow, her with her gang of hikers. But anyhow, I just thought I'd mention that because I'd wondered about the photograph that Tyler posted. I thought, my goodness, there's Tyler sat on the side of the trail with a full kind of smorgasbord of picnic items, and panini sandwiches grilled and all kinds of things, peppers and tomatoes and all kinds of good food. And I'm thinking, what the hell are you packing in that backpack of yours, Tyler? Well, it was courtesy of the Polish lady, Renata. Okay, now we know the rest of that story. Okay, so we've passed County Road 91, the quarry, the Dunedin Road, the Frank's lime kiln, side trail, past all that. Well, look at that. I'm going to show you this little nest. I think it's from last year, but there's a little nest, little bird's house sat right there, look. Hope you can see that. Hope you see that. Okay, the trail ahead of us. We're doing fine. We are about a quarter of a kilometer away from reaching 30 kilometers for today. I believe there's people coming up behind me, young people. I could hear them laughing and giggling and carrying on. Oh well, to be young again. They're obviously catching up to me. Okay, let's go. Good morning, guys. Well, first of all, last night I didn't do a closing of the day video because when I arrived to camp where I am right now, it was just raining, and I just got my camp up, set up, and got everything inside there quickly. And then later I came out, made myself dinner and so on, but by then it was dark. So I thought I'd wait till this morning. Hey, good morning. Jasper here. Welcome to day 3 of our end-to-end section hike, Blue Mountain section of the Bruce Trail. Breakfast time. Hungry this morning. So yesterday was a 38-kilometer day. So that's a big day for me. Leaves me with, I'm not sure if it's somewhere between 20 to 25 maybe kilometers for today. Somewhere in there. Not 100% sure which, but something like that. Between 20 and 25 kilometers to finish the Blue Mountain section. Breakfast this morning, of course, my coffee. And oatmeal this morning. We're right by a river. I'm going to show you the camp in a moment. We're right by a river. Lots of water here, but we're not going to filter water here, even though I've only got a little bit, 200 or 300 mil of drinking water and enough water left to brush my teeth after making breakfast. But when we come out of here, out of this part of the park, we're in a provincial park of Pretty River Valley right at the south end. We're going to cross the Pretty River Valley Road, then we're going to start a steep climb, then a decline, then we're going to kind of work our way along the side of the river. Once we get to the far end, we'll filter water there. That's the last water source for a while. I'll just filter a liter because at that point we start a really big climb, taking us up to pretty close to the highest point on the Bruce Trail by Osler Bluff. That's the plan. Take a look at the river and camp. So first of all, this was my camp area for the night. Right here is my tent, my log. There's a big fire pit here where I just burnt some garbage. This has been used many times by local people and by through hikers, section hikers, day hikers and so on, as an overnight camp in this provincial park. Here's the river, the Pretty River. Great spot. I filtered water here from out of here many times. I've bathed in here in the summertime when I camped, washed my feet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful river. Great water source. And we're going to follow this for the next, couple of kilometers or so anyhow. So yeah, that is camp. This is beginning of day 3, the final day, as I say, of this Bruce Trail Blue Mountain section end-to-end hike. Breakfast time. Once again, the view from the top, Osler Bluff. Absolutely amazing up here. Take a look at the forest around me. Absolutely gorgeous. Over in the distance, somewhere over here maybe, over there, there's a big fire pit. And there's a spot or two for tents. You get a camp going there. Right here, I'm guessing someone was here maybe last night. Little campfire, a few logs, a few sticks of wood left over. just enjoying the views. Why not indeed? Hey, the hike goes well this morning. At this point here, we're just, let me see what we are, just about 6 kilometers into the hike for the day, and we have climbed almost 1,300 feet in that time. We do have ups and downs as we progress and more climbing to do. However, it flattens out much more at this point, traveling north. Okay, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break since we're here, and then we're going to carry on. Arriving at the lookout areas on top of the ski hills of Blue Mountain. So much new construction going on below us. Wow. Every year, hundreds and hundreds of new condos are built. Right below us, there's a condo complex and townhouses and so on all being built. Not Osaga Bay, the lighthouse, the trail through here, parkland, beautiful. This is all Blue Mountain property. Of course, for a big part of this particular ski season, Blue Mountain's being closed. Right now would be they'd be doing their mountain biking season, especially with these trails being so muddy. The mountain bikers would love that. But again, it's all closed right now, again due to the bug. Till at least May the 20th, I think it is, or is it 22nd? I think it's May the 20th we're closed till. I've mentioned before, a lot of young people and mature people are employed at Blue Mountain, but they're not working right now. Yeah, some history for us. South Chair, Ontario's first chairlift. It was installed in 1959. Wow. So there's a little bit of history. The first chairlift in Ontario, 1959. Before that, they probably did the rope pull-up, I guess. I don't know. So look, right ahead of me, the wonderful trail angel Joanne and the Schnozzendorfer Beanerbiter Booger dog. That's my little doggie right there. She's like 18 years old. I don't know, she's not going to be with me much longer, but she's been an amazing companion for 18 years. We are now coming to the parking area, Maple Lane, the end of the Blue Mountain section, or if you're thinking with your cup is full, right there, just down the trail that way, is the beginning of the Beaver Valley section. Oh yeah. So the wonderful trail angel Joanne. Hi Joanne. She came to pick me up, take me home, give me a good bath and feed me. Or not. Her car. Hey. Hey guys, it has been a blast. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming along with me on our Blue Mountain section of the Bruce Trail end-to-end hike. You know what? We're going to talk to you later. Bye-bye.